revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pounds. Somebody gon' want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left. Touchdown.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts. 2 weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returned. Turnable, it's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready. Mike 51. Right here. Tight end right. 3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Minshew, 1st and 10. He finds Corey Davis. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
From the 39, Minshew. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go. 8, read. Check.
The 3rd-year back from BYU, Jamal Williams with a carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
I got it.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
30 seconds. Go. 674. He's checking. Crack.
This is Kenyon Drake, the 4th-year man from Alabama. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 47 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Check nickel.
Throwing his line. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16, 1st down Falcons. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. On 1st down, Drake. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
On 2nd and 7, Luck, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression.
He rifles one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. A shotgun snap for Long. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Chris Godwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now on 2nd and 16. Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Ready? 70, Indy.
We want this.
Ready?
They'll go play action here with Minshew. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
Ready. 60 or.
Hey, G-Line, let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
Now Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it on line, but it comes up about a rotation short. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Drake will start the drive on the ground. And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
On 2nd and 12, Luck will set up the screen to Drake. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain there of 21 yards.
And the Falcon 1st down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football.
Now a hit, and Luck lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. This time able to hold on to the football, but not much room to run.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc, because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's Luck. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Running for the shotgun with Drake. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
On 2nd and 9, Luck. It's caught by OBJ. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Falcons push further out in front. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. On 2nd down, Minshew. And that is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun is Minshew. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Here's Brett Kern now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This will be taken at the 10. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Luck on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wonder, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle.
Back to throw, Love. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Odell Beckham on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Falcons push further out in front. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they? A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Bobby McCain, and they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
After the interception, it's Locke. And he hits Drake. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. He got 29 yards that time. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Check 24. Check 24. Let's go, folks.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 1st and goal, Drake. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
On 2nd and goal, Luck. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Chris Godwin with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the rout is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Minshew on 1st and 10. He's got the connection to Cooper. Looking back to Cooper's numbers from last year after that trade, he ended up playing 9 games with the Cowboys in 2018, 725 yards, 6 scores. Also had the 100-yard game in the playoffs against the Rams. And if you add up the numbers between the two teams last year, he was over 1,000 for the 3rd time in 4 NFL seasons. Short throw to Disley, and he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew. He's going to look deep down the field. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The Colts with a first red zone opportunity of the ball game. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Minshew, 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. Now he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Will Dissly in the final seconds of the first half as they are now on the board here in the first half. His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Again, Minshew looking to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 30, 10, 5, and he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Well, it is still a lopsided score, so they're going to try a second quarter onside kick. And they got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they touched it before it went 10, and that's obviously not going to help their comeback bid here in the 4th.
No, not at all, and they're trying to get something going after one there, but you've got to give yourself a chance. Let it go 10 before you touch it.
We got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
On 1st down, Love. It's caught. Beckham. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They won more. Here comes an onside kick. Well, I think the Colts got this. They did. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook, and it's 3rd down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
From the gun, Minshew to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Darius Leonard, the linebacker, able to break that one up.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on fourth. Minshew sets to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out.
That's good for the Colts.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It'll be Minshew again. They will find Davis. That's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Minshew completes it to Davis. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
Hey, let's get them home. Let's go.
Looking to throw it. Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
For the field goal. A 59-yard attempt.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's... well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down.
And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Tony Pollard with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken short.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of the team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
From the 36, Minshew. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. Now Minshew. The open man is Westbrook. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Here's Eckler. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets. Him up for third down.
Brings up third down.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Give him 6 yards in the first down.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that first down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done. Williams. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Minshew. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On the ground, this is Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on fourth. It's a quarterback sneak, and he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, first and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
60 outlaw.
Let's go, T. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3. Check it out.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
They'll run it with Williams. And this is not going to do it as he stopped at the 2-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Brings up third and goal.
The Colts on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is third and goal.
Switch, switch, switch.
They'll try to run it in. It's Williams. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Defense didn't budge on third down. Now what are we going to see on fourth?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
Let's put him on the
They run. It's Williams. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. Williams stopped up short of the goal line on fourth down. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand.
Let's go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Go.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Let's go.
Powering his way forward. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big hitter there from deep in their own territory.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for first and 10. They try to run on first down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Ready?
Second and 12 at the 41-yard line.
Ready?
On second and 12, Stanton nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays. Operating from the gun, Stanton. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the fourth quarter. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We get down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. The Colts on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Pilot, 64, weak. Shoot.
So 3rd and long, here's Minshew. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Tyus Bowser in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Returnable here from the 38. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Check safety, check.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Stanton. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams...
And that's intercepted. It's Darius Leonard, the 2018 Defensive Rookie of the Year. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. The All-Pro in 2 positions. Khalil Mack there to make the stop. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because We've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. It happened in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Now Stanton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. On fourth down, Stanton looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Stanton now 4 of 6 since taking over, and he's got a first down. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Atlanta, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Indianapolis, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.